What's up, guys? It's me here, and this I actually don't know what to say about this. But I decided to just let it be known here that yeah, this series is how to kill a character is gonna be on hiatus for a while. Like after this video, like at the end of this video, and the reason being is that basically I literally covered like all the characters who I believe that, well, to me, that I believe was like they basically went against like what they originally were basically, like they weren't acting like how they originally were, like how they got worse as like the series went on. And the only other character I could have possibly done would be like Naruto, but that's only because of like Boruto the movie, because it's a complete 180 to like what Naruto would actually do, because given how the fact that he was orphaned as a child, he would like want to spend as much time as a family, since that was the one thing he craved, having a family. And the fact that he basically like but doesn't have enough time to spend with his family is just like a contradiction all its own. But yeah, this is probably gonna be like my last video for this for a while. And before you even call me out on being like a cop out or whatnot, but this is just something I decided like as soon as I realized I was like I had nobody else to like talk about like right now. Maybe down the line it will probably, like, I'll probably have somebody else to like do a video about, but as of right now, like after this video, like no, just don't expect anything to come Monday to like I find like somebody else, unless they want to butcher another one of my favorite characters, but that would just be stupid, right? They no, they wouldn't do that. They probably would do that. Given my luck, they would do that. So and as far as character wise, Monday was go like my video upload schedule for Monday goes I do have something planned. I have something planned like the same time like as like how the kill character was going on. Like it revolves around character too. Like it was gonna be like basically the opposite, where I talk like about this character, how much what I liked about them, and like stuff about them that I really liked. But it's up in the air at the moment, because there's a lot of characters I can like literally talk about and spend all the time talking about, and like everybody else is like doing that too, like Digi Valentine with Who That, and History of the Warrior with History of the Fighters, like talk about fighters or whatnot. And yeah, so I'm trying not to be, I'm trying to find my own thing, so like I said, it's up in the air. But anywho, enjoy this video, so I'm done here. Video start now. What's up, guys? Here I am again with how to kill a character, and you knew this was coming. Like, I don't see how you didn't see this was coming. Like I did Hay, and Lightning, and there's another, and Knuckles, and Shadow, but basically I did Hay, so he was the key to where I was going with this. And even though I already touched upon this character time again, and won't shut up about said character, I just decided like just do this one last video, and we'll call it even. We'll just drop the subject. So if like it's Asuka, okay? Like Asuka Langley Shikinami from the Rebuild movies, the Rebuild Evangelion. And I know I touched upon this like in in both my in my Let's Talk Anime, like about the rebuild in Evangelion, and how she's basically a shadow of like what made Asuka like what she is, and yeah, it's basically true, but we're gonna get into that. And like I do with all my other videos, we're gonna start at the beginning, which is one giant fucking question mark because we don't know Asuka's origin story in this universe, in this timeline, because it's never explained at all. Like, not one bit. Like the only thing that was that stayed the same was that she was raised in Germany. I mean, she's German, and I don't even think that's still relevant. But yeah, and she's a captain. Yeah, she's a captain now, and she had no problem killing an angel, which again was weird because she needed Shinji's help in the original and had him pilot Unit 2 with her. And it basically started off the same. Well, the meeting with her meeting Shinji, but also meeting Rei around the same time. She met Toji, Kinsuke, and Shinji were like as soon as she got done killing the angel, she was like basically towering over them like Asuka always does, because she still has her superiority complex. That's something that's stayed the same. And this is where like the differences just show, and that being like, again, like her backstory is never explained. It's never explained, like her relationship with Kanji, or her relationship with her mother, her strained relationship with her father, like her going to college, and it was just so much unexplained. She's like, just like Mary. She's basically like Mary in this, and it would not have enough information, you know, and because here's the thing, she ended up like there was no signs of Asuka being like having a superiority complex, or well, not she it's shown, my bad. Her fear of dolls, which is why she immediately disliked Rei, because of how she acted like a doll and how her mother like treated the doll as the real Asuka, and like the real Asuka as an imposter, and her need to be mature, and like, you know, her constant need of acceptance, her infatuation with Kanji, which led to her mature, like, you know, her trying to be mature, and, her mother's death. That was, I'm bridging everything, and just her, like, the feeling of not wanting to be worthless and whatnot, and not wanting to be compared to the likes of Shinji and Masato because of how they're similar. She doesn't want to be like them. And it was just really weird because she doesn't fawn over Kanji. She does. Her relationship with Hikari is non-existent, which is weird as hell, because given how Hikari was like the main constant with Asuka, like that was her friend, and like Asuka like confided her like in her like later in the series when like what her problems with Shinji, and then her problem with her running away from home later on, and it's not there, just like, you know, just. But her interaction with Shinji stayed the same though, which is it's really weird, and I was like I said in my Let's Talk Anime, I didn't know how to feel about that because I felt like it was like cheap. It's more like a cheap throw-in than anything because of how little development there was between like Shinji and Asuka. She just basically showed up and they immediately, and just a whole bunch of crap happened, and the newlywed joke made a reappearance, and I'm like, it would make like it would take more context if they like spend more time together. But what he knew her for like a week or something, and the whole sleep in the same bed thing. I'm like, see, that would have like more importance if if it was like how in the original where Shinji found out like Asuka maturity is like just a front. She's literally just like Shinji, and he basically had an understanding of her. But no, that didn't happen here. We're not going to shipping details. Just not gonna happen. 3.0 was, I guess, improvement. Yeah, I wouldn't even call that improvement. Her cook for Shinji. Like I said, I get that 2. I said it before, and I'll keep saying it. 2.0 was Ava for fans because it literally was, given how Asuka acted like a typical tsundere, it compared to like how her character in the original series was, you could consider like a complex tsundere like Rachel. But yeah, this Asuka was basically a typical tsundere. She got upset with Rei cooking for Shinji, and ended up like that was her interaction with Hikari. She gave her lunch to Hikari, the lunch Shinji made for them, and ended up giving it to Hikari. So yeah, I do appreciate that and whatnot. It was really, always gotta ruin something. 3.0 came around. She basically was a hard ass for the most part of it, and it really just showed with her interaction with Shinji, calling him a brat and whatnot, and also at the same time, like I said, and like let's start rebuild, like how she was on Shinji the entire time, like when he knocked her out, basically like her showing surprise when he first got to the Ava, and also the fact that what was I gonna say? That he hit her while her power went out. She was really upset about that, and also her like the ending scene and whatnot with the whole taking him to meet up with like Will and whatnot, and that's all I gotta say. I'm like, it's basically what I said in like my other video, and I'm sorry for referencing that, but I already said my piece about this. I'm like, these characters are basically not what they were in the original. Like they're basically like that, like how you would make a character, like you take that one trait from a character and just exploit it over and over, like just make that their one defining trait, like how Knuckles would be the case. Knuckles would be the example because of how he was gullible, and how Sega would end up like expand to that as to like how it just made him stupid and a hothead, just like how Shadow was edgy and they end up like making him like Shadow was complex and they made him like dark and edgy. And do I need to mention Amy? Like Amy is a prime example of this, but even after all that, I was like, no, it's screw it. We're going to everybody, okay? Everybody in this goddamn universe it's just wrong, okay? Just wrong. Look at Shinji. Shinji is basically I turned to like your typical shonen hero, and he's not the reluctant hero you admire till he did what he did in the end of Evangelion that we all basically know at this point in time. But it's, oh my god, they made Shinji to a typical action hero with him rescuing Rei and screaming and starting the apocalypse for her and hugging naked Rei and the cockpit of a glorified Rainbow Gundam, and oh my god, and then him saying bad things happen when I pilot the Ava, and then 3.0 happens, I want to pilot the Ava. You just literally said bad things happen when we pilot the Ava, Shinji. We had a little scene about that, and it gets to me because I'm like, that was one thing like I really admired about Shinji in the original. Like, Shinji doesn't want to do this. He didn't. He's the reluctant anti-hero. He's not doing this because like he has to. He's doing this because he's not doing this because he wants to. He's doing this because only he can do it. Like how Kanji told him that in the original series, and that's what made Shinji like a admirable character, even though for all his faults, which how much I wanted to punch him in the face a good few times, but other than that, that was Shinji's character. Here is like 1.0 basically did the same thing, but in 2.0 it basically made the Shinji everybody can make in fan fiction, like the Shinji who grew a backbone and just said, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna beat the angel, save the day, like beat the bad guy. This wasn't right. And don't get me started on Ray. Ray's the exact same way. Like, Gone was the deity from the original series that we could never hope to comprehend, because that's just literally how Ray was in the original series. Like, from her like mysteriously appearing in the first episode and her mysteriously appearing in the end of Evangelion, and just being like oddly complex. And here we get a Ray who's just overflowing with emotion. Like same deal with Shinji. Like, she's okay in part one. Part one basically rebuild one up, like Ava 1.0 basically did the same. She was same old Ray, Kuderi, well, Donderi. She's Donderi. And just smiled at the end of that after they beat the angel together. Then 2.0 happens and she's cooking for Shinji, asking for permission for Gendo, and basically would hang it out with Shinji, his friends, and it was weird because there was one instance of that in the original series, and that was, I think, Masato, like the dancing angel, like where Shinji and Asuka teamed up, and the one where Masato got promoted. Those was the only time like Ray actively hung out with Shinji and his friends and Asuka and the other pilots, and the Ramen stand thing, and it's weird. Just have them, Ray basically being like Shinji's guardian, this with her saving Mary in the beginning, and then her vowing to like make sure Shinji doesn't have to pilot the Ava again, and then get absorbed. And then 3.0 is she suffered the same fate as Asuka, so ain't much to say there because this was basically Raid 3, and we know how Raid 3 was in the original. And we also didn't mention the clones because we did, well, a little bit we mentioned the clones, but apparently there's more because they refer to Rei as the Ayanami series, so apparently more of her sisters got out, and because they know Rei is not the only one now, and that was something that only Shinji, Gendo, Fuyutsuki, Masato, and Risco knew in the original series. Now, in the rebuild, everybody knew, just like how everybody knew about Lilith and whatnot. But yeah, basically back to square one. So again, if Shinji calls the apocalypse, probably again, will Rei help him be the trigger for it? I don't know, because that was their relationship in the original series. Like, it was never explained. We were not meant to understand Rei in the original series, and here we know even less. So, like, it's just come down to fan series. And last but not least, let's talk about Masato and just what happened with Masato. It's the same as Shinji and Rei, like same as 1.0, but and I say parts 2.0 because She basically her backstory was told by Kanji, and it was also at this time like was anything explained like about like Demo talked about this in his video. Like it's never explained like if Masato went mute because she went mute after her father's death, and she basically had like a father complex and was going after guys that was like her father, which led her to Kaji, and she was just like, and then also she broke up with that relationship because she realized she was just the same as her father. And again, this isn't even mentioned in the rebuild movies at all. Like, just that she had a relationship with Kaji, and like you're expected to believe that because show don't tell, because they literally did that. They just showed it and then explained like they had a thing going on. Like I guess, because the scene from where she was glaring at Kanji, that was basically from the original. They tend to do that a lot in the rebuilds, but then 3.0 hits, and again, Misato became a cold ass, which again was a pet peeve of mine, because I'm like, you basically told Shinji to get into the goddamn robot, and now you're pissed because he got manipulated because you guys, for the guy you worked for. And I'm like, that was my main complaint about 3.0. I'm like, you guys should have told Shinji straight up instead of like allowing him to get manipulated again, and then you all getting pissy about it because, oh my god, Shinji did it again. And I'm like, gee, I wonder why. It's not like you guys could have told him what happened while he was awake, while he was in space for 14 goddamn years. But no, let's play the keep secrets from Shinji game. And I can see why he got pissed in the end of Evangelion during instrumentality during that. I'd be pissed too. Want to lie to me with fucking smiles on your damn faces. But that short ran over. She basically, like I said, Misato became a hard ass. She basically was going against Nerve and put the collar. She had the collar on Shinji. Like, the only redeemable thing about Misato was that she didn't. That showed like a little bit of the old Misato was that she didn't pull the trigger when Shinji left. When she had the chance to do it, she didn't, because I guess her maternal feelings for Shinji. But we all know how that mother thing went with Misato and Shinji and the Evangelion joke. Yeah, I'm not putting the picture there. No, this is all you get. Okay, this is all you get. Just no. And while I'm at it, where the hell was Kanji? Where was Kanji? Where the fuck was Kanji during all this? Like, where was he? Like, he was shown in the preview, and he doesn't even show up. I'm like, it was just one big clusterfuck. I'm like, why is all this being answered? Like, why are these why are there so many unanswered questions? Why are these characters acting like this when they should be acting like this? And why is everybody just
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars.
I apologize for that. It's really, really frustrating with not having answers, and it's just really, it gets at you, man. It really got me. So yeah, I don't know what to say at this point, but I guess I'm done here, and hopefully see some Shinji Asuka moments in Eva 4.0. Maybe. I'm really hopeful for that because of how, like, Mary teased at it and tease Asuka about it, and how she basically told Shinji to go help Asuka at the end of like 3.0, and how Asuka chastised Shinji for not coming to save her too. So, and then again, her calling out for Shinji at the beginning of it. So yeah, I'm still holding out hope that I at least get that. At least that part of Asuka had to change her her desire to like be with Shinji because of like what happened. But let's be honest, I'm like I doubt we're getting an equivalent to like the kiss scene in the original series, because again, for all intents and purposes, this Asuka's pretty pissed, and I don't really blame her. He caused apocalypse, and not for her this time, like he did in the original. He caused apocalypse for Asuka, but yeah. Social media is on my channel banner. Add your question on the XFM. Like, I get lonely there, and like ask me anything. Like, it could be like literally anything. No matter how ridiculous the question is. Follow me on Twitter, because Twitter, and keep it classy, guys. And like I said, we're on hiatus to this point. Like, there's nothing left. Like, literally. Well, there's one thing left, but you'll see. You'll see. Seriously, Sega, breast envy. You breast envy. You gave Blaze like breast envy. Blaze, like the serious, cool, collected character who has like adorable fear of heights. Breast envy. I got nothing. There. Last Sonic character. For realsies this time. God damn it, Sega.